So next on the course, we have the dashboard and details section of Focus Missions. So we will be diving into a demo of that here shortly. So why are we here? We're just simply going to tour what you see on the dashboard and what you need to pay attention to on the details section of Focus Missions. So your responsibility coming up after you get registered for your own trip is you want to confirm the travel dates, the registration dates, the maximum head count that is going on this trip, the age requirements for the trip, and you want to also add your payment schedule and check your due dates for your requirements. And then also setting up the team meetings. If you guys have all of these done, you will not have any problem with anyone trying to apply for a trip. You will not have any problem with anyone not knowing when team meetings are or what money is due when. So this is like your information sheet that will be out on the web page for everyone to know anything that they need to know about the trip and where you guys are going. So pay close attention to these, and I'm going to jump into a demo here in a minute, so I'll catch you guys on that side too. Okay, so we're here in the dashboard, logged in as our trip leader, Clark Kent, for the Justice League trip. The dashboard is just a quick snapshot of what's going on with the trip logistics. We have the countdown to departure. We have action items for any pending applications that you may need to approve, any team members who have overdue requirements, which we'll get into all three of these items later on. He also has the team meetings already set up, so it's a quick dashboard for him to see what is going on with his team. Next, we're going to dive into the details, and this is where you guys have a good responsibility to make sure that all of this information is correct. So whenever it's on the website and people are applying, they know exactly what they are applying for and going to try to go on for this trip. Right here you see an overview of the trip details, the registration dates, the travel dates, the head count, the age range, and what location it is, and your contact information, and some of the milestones. What we're going to do is we're going to dive into how to edit the details. You can simply click over here on Edit, and you can give the trip detail a unique name. We do have a naming convention with maybe the campus name in there, but if you want to add, if it's a real life trip or a 412 or a woman or adults, you can feel free to keep that as long as the campus name is in there for sure. Put in your destination, make sure your country is selected correctly, your travel dates. Your registration dates are important here. If the registration dates are in the past, and let's say someone is trying to apply on January 20th for 2020, they will not be able to apply because the date is registration date ends in the end of the year for December. So if you have a person struggling with trying to apply, you want to check the registration dates. You also want to check the maximum head count. Let's say you've already approved somebody, but you have another interested party who wants to go. Just up your head count. Same thing with the age range. You might, when a person creates their Focus Missions account, they are prompted to put in their date of birth. So the system wants to make sure that their appropriate age. Right here is an important area for you guys to fill out. It is the brief description. Please, please try to put in a description as to what you guys are going to be doing on your trip. So you're really trying to advertise what's going on in that area. The next section is going to be your information, the contact person that you want to have, the contact phone number, contact email. If you want to have another name in here, perhaps maybe your administrator, put their name here, their email. If you have a link to a YouTube video or a Vimeo video that shows from last year's activities or something that your host host organization has given you, feel free to put that video link in here so someone can click on it. And then yet another one, learn more at, if you're working with an organization and their website, feel free to put that in there for them to go out and check out. And the rest of this stuff, the affinity group, you don't have to worry about. That's for us admin people. or our system administrators, I'm sorry. For the payment options, make sure that your trip payment option or payment per person is up to date. There will be a $30 deposit, so we want to make sure that that stays in there. You will always want to allow fundraising to go past the goal amount. That allows your team to raise over the amount necessary and then cascade that to the other team members. Here is another important step. You want to put in your funding milestones for whenever you are meeting or whenever they need to have money due for a particular item or particular time frame. So you see that the funding milestones, it is accumulative. So first they need to have 10%, then 50, 80, and 100. So this will guide you through how to populate that. So utilizing your budget spreadsheet from our meetings with Sharon and Dr. Q, that's a good place to utilize this to help out on that. If you have any questions, just let us know, but please put this in here because it'll also send out automatic reminders to your team saying that they are going to need to have funds here soon. With this Fellowship One activity and items, you can just leave that alone. That's nothing that you need to be worried about. So once you're done making your changes, click Save Changes, and then just do a quick recap of what you've changed and seeing if everything is okay. The next section that you guys want to double check is you want to check on the post-approval requirements. And we'll get into what a requirement is later on, but your next item is to double check your dates of when you want this due for your team members so they know when to have this fulfilled. So just double check those dates, and we'll dive into more about the requirements later on, like I said. So, and then just click Save. And that is really all you need to know about the details section. And if you have any questions, just let us know. Thanks.